Hello and welcome. I'm Kevin, and this is the Real Laptop Lifestyle. As you can see, I've prepared a little presentation for you, and today, how to achieve more in a day than most people do in a whole week. Now, you're about to discover one of the big secrets to success and achievement: how to consistently complete more work. If you work for yourself, doubling your productivity should also double your profits. In fact, whether you double, treble, quadruple, or even higher, increasing your output will proportionately increase your profits while your overhead should remain the same. If you have a job, well, then it's time to negotiate or do some very serious thinking. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get lots more profit generating information like this. Let's get to it. If you hear any bumps and bangs, unfortunately, my neighbour's having a lot of reconstruction done right now, and it's going on for a couple of weeks. So I either have to move house or not get any work done at all. If it's really bad, I'll simply over-record it. How effective do you use your time right now? Seriously, now you're going to have to give this some brain power. How effective do you think you are? Now, if you're a taxi driver or driving a lorry, you can only be so effective. However, with some jobs, you can really measure it. Okay, so on the scale of 1 to 100, there we go, of 1 to 100, how effective do you think you are? 100 being high. Do you think you're 50% effective, 60% effective, 70, 80, 90? You think you're already 100% effective? Because I can't help you if that's where you are. Now, be honest about this. When I've used this exact process with people I've been mentoring, they usually start off by saying they're 40, 50, 60, maybe 70% effective. But when I get them to think about it, that drops down to probably 40 or 50, then 30 or 40. However, when we start going through practicing what they're doing and increasing their productivity, it usually turns out that most people are certainly no more than 20% productive. Now, this means that anybody can do more in a day than most people can do in a week. So using those figures, if you stick with this, put all of this into practice, you'll end up doing more in a day than most people do in a week. Now, you can use that how you like. That means you could work 1 day a week if you wanted to, or you could earn 5 times the income. The choice is yours, okay? While most people are busy achieving very little, you're going to learn how to become highly effective. Now, this is not so much time management as management of your time. You're going to learn some techniques that require discipline but really work. So the bottom line benefits are quite simple. You are going to make more profit. You're going to have more free time. Why more free time? Well, as you start to get, it's a bit like a runner. If somebody decided they would become a marathon runner, they would increase their overall fitness in every area of their life, not just their running. And it's the same by learning this process. You are going to become more effective in every area of your life. It will create you more time. So you will have more free time. You'll feel really good about yourself. You know, there's nothing better than coming away going, yeah, it was a really good day. How can I improve it tomorrow? You'll sleep as if you were dead because you're doing so much more work. You're really occupying yourself. If you have any trouble sleeping, that will be a thing of the past. You're going to start sleeping really well. It'll open doors and opportunities for you. Either other people see how you're doing and it won't go unnoticed, believe me, or it's just going to get you into the habit of looking for more opportunities as you move, and so much more. So that's just the start of it. Preparation. Now, this is pretty simple. You only have to do a couple of things. These are the must-haves to make this work for you. You must have goals, daily goals. You must plan today what you're going to do tomorrow. It's no good thinking about it tomorrow and wasting your day. It's the last thing you'll do each day is planning your goals. And you must have an idea of what you are going to do. Your goals should frighten you a little, but they should be achievable. So what you're going to do is set your goals for tomorrow and make sure you achieve them. If you wildly miss, this happens occasionally, don't worry about it. You just learn to readjust each day. But you must have goals and do everything in your power to complete them. If you do this, you're going to make this work for you. You're going to need to work in short blasts. Now, I'm not going to tell you how long, but you're going to have to experiment with this. For instance, I generally work in about 20-minute blasts, okay? I used to keep a kitchen timer on the side here. Nowadays, I don't bother because I'm very plugged into what the time scale is. So I can just work for 20 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. Now that 5-minute break might be to go to the toilet, make a cup of tea, or I might do another action such as I probably have a couple of phone calls to make through the day. I'll do them. Or I might just stand at the window here. I'm right on the beach here and overlook the beach and watch people walking up and down for a few minutes. And I'll have about a 5-minute break, 10 at most, and then I get back to it. Now, why do I do this? Well, it means that I have lots of starts and lots of finishes. And it's the start and the finish where I achieve most. It's the start and the finish where I remember most if I'm learning something. So starts and finishes are good. So don't go for long periods of time. My wife is going through a university degree right now, and she would work for hours on end on the seat behind me here. That's her computer over there. And she'd work for hours on end studying. And then, just, oh, I'm overloaded, I can't do this. And I taught her how to do the short blasts. Now, short blast working for her was about 45 minutes, which was a lot better than doing 2 hours. As a result, she started learning and assimilating information much quicker. So let's just go over those again. 2 must-haves, daily goals. You must have them. You must know what you want to achieve tomorrow, and you must be serious about this. Take it seriously. Working short blasts have lots of starts and lots of finishes. Okay, now for the essential actions. Okay, you have to remove distractions. It's as simple as that. Remove distractions and make sure they don't interfere with you. Now, I'm very lucky here. I work right in the roof of the house, and this is my little office, my little hideaway. And if people come up here when I'm working, they know what to expect. I don't want to be disturbed. There's times for you to be disturbed, but there are exceptions. But if people disturb me, then usually they get eaten. I don't like to be disturbed. Work comes first. The truth about distractions. Now, it's very simple. Distractions are always going to be there. They're always going to be there for you, for me, for everybody. Distractions will always be there. And it's not so much if you're distracted as if you allow yourself to be distracted. Let me say that again. Do you allow yourself to be distracted? Because in 99% of the cases, it's you. You allow people to distract you. You allow things to distract you. I know about this. I have ADHD, so I'm easily distracted. You have to stop and not allow yourself to be distracted. So the solution is simple. Get good at saying no. It's very interesting. I had somebody the other day ask me to help them with something. I said, yeah, sure. And they said, well, I'll come round tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I said, no, not 10 o'clock tomorrow. You can come round at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They didn't come. They wanted everything done for them at their time. So I don't mind doing things for people, but it's going to be on my time scale. Work comes first. If you're going to be a super achiever, you've got to set a time scale and keep to it. And you've got to learn to say no easily. Okay. Personal callers. Right now, I'm 63. So I have a lot of my friends who are retiring at the moment. And guess what? They think, oh, what am I going to do today? Oh, I know, Kevin's at home. I'll go around and waste his day. Well, I don't think they think about it like that. But they come round and they start banging on the door. As it happens, they start ringing the door. I'm very lucky that I have a gate on the front of my house. They can't get in. They can't get to the door. And I have a camera on that. And I've actually turned the sound off, but I can just about hear it down there, downstairs. And I can see on a screen I have over here who it is, and I ignore them. Later on, I tell them, look, I don't see people in the day. I don't see people without appointments. And they think I'm being all snotty. I don't care. It's about me. Sometimes you have to be selfish to be selfish. If charity starts at home when I'm getting what I want, my family and everybody else got what they want. So you have to put off personal callers. You might want to get a door sign. Where I used to live, would you believe it was between two Kingdom Halls? There was one here at one end of the road and one at the other end of the road. Kingdom Halls being the residence or the praying place of not born again Christians, of Jehovah's Witnesses. And they are told to go out and evangelize. So we used to get a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on the door. Eventually, I got fed up with them. So I put a sign in the window and they stopped calling. I saw a really brilliant sign very recently that somebody had printed and put up. I think I'm going to have one reproduced myself. And in their window, it said, we are totally, fully insured, totally double glazed atheists. Callers without appointment will be verbally abused. I thought it was lovely. So get a door sign up. Tell people you don't want to be bothered. Best of all, turn your phones off. Now, I do have a phone on over here, but it goes off so rarely you wouldn't believe. I keep two phones which are private numbers, and they're for my family to call me on, and the other one is my mobile phone. And if my family call me, it's important. They don't call me in the daytime for any other reason than something very important. That's there for my convenience, not anybody else. Other than that, turn the phones off. Don't allow people to disturb you. Turn off all social media notifications. Now, I'm on a new computer right now, and I haven't learned how to stop the occasional social notification coming up down here in this bottom right hand corner, but I will shortly because I've got most of them turned off. There's nothing worse than notifications coming in and distracting you. Look down and go, what's that? I've had them come in while I've been making videos before and I hate them. You don't need social media notifications. I have my laptop over here, and when something comes in on Messenger, which I use quite a bit for business, it makes a dinging sound. I'm going to learn how to switch that off as well. Leave reading your email to the end of the day. Let me say it again. There's nothing more distracting than email. Why do you read your email? Now, when I ask people this, they usually say, well, it might be an order. But I don't know anybody who's got orders in that they have to fulfill by email. They're usually taken care of automatically. They're just being notified. It's a distraction that you're happy to take. And emails, they can take you on journeys across the internet if you let them. So don't. Just get in there and stop these notifications coming in and leave your email to the last thing of the day. And that's what I do. It's my penultimate job. I go in and I read my email and I go through and go, delete, 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 delete. I probably got 2 out of 20 emails that I really need to, maybe 4 out of 20 emails that I really need to action. Some I want to read and I'll put on one side for reading. There might be some I have to reply to. And guess what? I leave that to tomorrow morning. That's part of my tomorrow's goal. It's very rarely it's anything that urgent. Leave your emails as a penultimate job, reading them of the day. The last thing should be setting your goals for tomorrow. What do you want to do? Now, I keep a little notebook by the side of me over here. And as I'm working, I write down my goals, what I want to achieve tomorrow. And at the end of the day, I'll have a very good idea. Did I finish everything today? And I will allocate what I am going to do. And I'm going to write that out. And that's the first thing I'm seeing in the morning. As soon as I get up, there's a couple of jobs I do and straight into it. And that's how I get so much achieved. Staying focused. I want to tell you a story I've shared a few times. It's not my story. It's somebody else's. I forget where I got it. I call it the car pushing story. And I think it epitomizes why people don't get much done. 2 men go down to the labour exchange and they apply for jobs, and they're immediately accepted as car pushers, and they get sent out the back of the labour exchange, and right behind the labour exchange there's a road, and it's full of cars, and they're told to push cars. So the first man, he gets behind a car and it's hard, but he starts pushing and he gets it going, while the second one comes out and picks a car which is equally as difficult, and he thinks, below this, I think this one's got the handbrake on. So he goes and jumps behind another car and starts pushing that one. Unfortunately, that one's wheels are turning into the side of the road. The next thing, he's banging along the gutter and he's getting nowhere. So he looks for another one. And a bit later, he decides to push a sports car because it should be a lot lighter, unfortunately, a lot lower, and it hurts his back. You get the idea. He jumps from idea to idea to idea to idea to idea to idea. Oh, let me get my finger up. Idea to idea to idea, idea. It's very hard working on the other side of the screen in reverse. Anyway, he's pushed dozens of cars and they're all too hard for him. He decides to find out how the other guy is getting on. So he looks up and guess what? He can't see him. He's miles down the road because he's got behind one car, and although it was initially difficult, he learned how to push it. He put his effort into it and he got it moving. He built momentum. He started to get moving and he capitalized on momentum. Now he could just put one hand on the car and keep it moving. When he got it really moving, he could put one finger on it and keep it moving. Momentum is your friend. So get momentum in your life and don't let anything stop you, because starting to push the car is the hard part. When it's moving, it gets easier. So as far as working is concerned, every day, know what you're doing, put your head down and go for it. Never compromise. Never say, oh, well, you know, maybe I should do this differently. Or at the end of the day, that's the time for changing it, when you set your goals for the following day. I've said already, I have ADHD, which means, you know, I'm a bit all over here like this all the time. I'm very, very easily distracted. And if I can do it, anyone can. I'm serious about that. I can stay focused, so can you. And it gets easier with practice. So there you have it. How to become a super achiever. It really is that easy. Do you have any comments and questions? Because if you do have any comments or questions, just write them below this video and I will answer them for you. Please, did you like this video? Now, I really need to know this, because if you like it, then I'll probably make more like it. So right below this video, you'll see a blue thumbs up. If you liked it, please click that for me. That tells me you enjoyed it. It means so much. And please subscribe to this channel. Again, right below this video, you'll see a red subscribe button. Click it and the bell next to it. And it helps me so much if you do that. More importantly, I'll help you, because every time you come to YouTube, it will tell you if I've made another video, and I make new videos every week. But rather than having to go looking for them, wondering, has Kevin made another video and what's it on? It will be there for you waiting to see. You can just click it and look straight away if you want to. Okay, so subscribe and hit the bell. Now, I promised that I'd show you how to get more information that will help you generate more profit. This is one way. The other way is to join my profit generating email list. Right below this video, there's a link. It will take you through to this page. If you click on this, there are 4 buttons, 4 questions. You choose which one suits you. But click on that and I'll immediately start sending you information. I can never get this right, left and right. I'll immediately start sending you information that will help you make more profit. I'll entertain you and I'll keep you, I'm still having a problem with the fingers, and I'll keep you right up to date. And if it's not for you at any time, if my emails are only short, but if they're not for you, you can subscribe at any time. I know you're going to love them. Thank you for joining me today. I've really enjoyed making this video for you. I look forward to speaking to you in the next one, or perhaps even an email. Bye-bye for now.